Shalom, Mak. Yum. It's your brother Parathon.
It's your brother Zach.
First and foremost, we're going to give all praise, honor, and glory to
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Ba'Shem,
Yahushai,
Ba'Shem, Rakak, Wadash.
double honors, the apostles and elders of Great Mill, son who teach and rule well, starting with Elder Tahar, Aram Lab, Gabar, and Rakah, on down, and peace and salutations to the hopeful elect, pushing forth this gospel amongst the four winds with truth and sincerity. To you, we say Shalom.
Shalom.
And this is the brother Parathon. We said that already.
Yeah, we did.
Khan, Salaki, it's in the spirit. And I'm gonna open up with Revelations in 11 and 18, and we just going to hit some articles and let the Spirit deal, Lord willing, this lesson's edifying. This is Revelations 11 and 18. It says, and the nations, Salaki, I'm gonna hit 17 first. It says, saying, we give thee thanks, O Lord, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, which was, and art to come, because thou hast taken to thee thy great power, and hast reigned. And the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come, and the time of the dead, that they should be judged, and that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants, to the prophets, and to the saints, and to them that fear thy name, small and great, and shouldest destroy them which destroy the earth. Now this particular scripture is talking about like 2 or 3 different prophecies in itself. It says the nations were angry, which are in league with Babylon, aka
at the moment,
and saying that the wrath is coming, the time of the dead. It's about to be a lot of destruction. It's about to be a lot of death, more than this earth has ever seen.
Also, it's talking about those that have already died are going to rise and be judged, both on the wicked side and on the righteous. And of course, if you're dead and rise to be righteous as the dead shall rise first. So those who are asleep in the spirit, so to speak, are going to rise up and be part of the armada when Yahweh Shai comes back to judge the earth pursuant to the scripture the brother is reading.
It's beautiful. And that's like it says that they shall be judged, and that thou shouldest give reward unto thy saints, unto thy servants, the prophets, and to the saints.
Because that, and then the prophets would also be part of that number that the dead that rise would be a part of, which is the 144,000, the governing body. And then it says the saints, which, you can look at the way the verbiage in that, the same way they always refer to Judah and then Israel, knowing that they're all part of the nation of Israel, just so, the prophets and the saints are all part of the elect, but there's a differentiation between the prophets, the 144,000 and the rest of the 1/3. But they all are going to get the reward that, that we're looking for, which is to inherit the kingdom with Yahweh Shai. All right, and that the nation, that the kingdom of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai and Israel will be set up and be perfect and forever.
That's beautiful. Continuing, it says, and them that fear thy name, small and great.
The men, women, and children.
And shouldest destroy them which destroy the earth.
So everybody's going to get their consolation, man.
The
Lord is not slack concerning his judgment, man.
And also, this is the patience and the faith of the saints.
That's real.
You know what I mean? For them to destroy them that destroy the earth, which is going into the wicked, which goes into the red man, a.k.a. Esau.
That's real. Because when you think about, and of course the key point was the last part that says those that destroy the earth. I mean, you see what's on the screen right now. Okay, everybody who's anybody in the information age knows about the so-called Illuminati. Okay, which I don't necessarily like to say Illuminati too much, because as soon as you say it, everybody jumps in a conspiracy theory, suit and wants to start labeling you, not really understanding that in itself is a portion of what the so-called Illuminati has done, which was make that label conspiracy theorists to demonize those who are aware of the conspiracies that really happened.
And they're just clinging on to that portion of tainted knowledge that they've been holding on to,
right?
As to what the conclusion of the whole matter, so to speak. They don't
know
shit. They hear that and just run with it, just off of what they know. Really, just barely scratching the surface of the whole thing, man.
Right, but this is an artist depiction. What's going on. I mean, you see it. The ravens in the sky, the sun darkening, and making this shit look like Sauron, the all-seeing eye. You see the symbology everywhere through all the movies, through sports, advertisements. But this is super true. Look at the floor. The floor is checkered black and white, which is a Freemasonry thing. Okay, all of the depictions that you see up here are pictures of the most wealthiest banking families, man. Okay, and you can see the ghosts of the forefathers in the background. That's when it all started, man. Back when these devils came into power and decided, to start governing the world by way of geopolitics. All right, this isn't just an American thing. They're doing this all over the world, and they're doing it, as you can see the Monopoly board and the gold and the drugs on one side for the pharmaceuticals. You see the pyramid is there. You see the guy got his hand on the button, okay, which is symbolizing that nuclear power. Okay, you see a skull next to the pills. You see the scale, the old school scale representing the justice system. Okay, and the globe in the middle to show that it's global. All right, you see chemicals up there because of the chemical warfare that they're waging. And look who's on the bottom holding up the table. All the dark people, the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. Okay, they built this wicked ass kingdom off the backs of righteous men.
You go into the word Biden, man. That means button.
Right.
Yeah, man, I had just found that out, so that's definitely more fuel to this fire that we're gonna call the truth. That's forever burning.
Come on,
you know what I mean? Just going back to the Revelations in the 11th and the 18th verse. You know what I mean? The last sentence says it would destroy them that destroy the world. You know what I mean? Me and the brother was just talking about HAARP. You know what I mean? And how, when that started, how that came about, how the scientists, what you were saying, how the scientists are purposely warming.
Yeah, Jules Verne predicted in the 1800s that men would try space exploration and weather modification. In the 1960s, in the 1960s, one of those environmental research groups, an official group, had created a panel because it was obvious evidence that there was weather modification, and they made it official. And this isn't something out of cartoons, because that's when they started putting it in cartoons, the evil villain trying to, manipulate the weather, because they really started to manipulate the weather. So that's why they had to create a propaganda scheme in order to dumb you down to that notion, so that if somebody like us were to tell you, hey, these guys are messing with the weather, waging war with the weather, then you wouldn't believe it, because it was in cartoons and movies and shit like
everything
that.
Everything around us.
Right. And so, I mean, look what you see now. They were intentionally trying to warm the Arctic, to try to cool down the ocean temperatures, which would then cool down, temperature all over the world. I think the count was like 88. It was like 88 nuclear bombs that they set off in the atmosphere, 29 on land, and 8 in the water, all in the Arctic. For what?
Heavy.
When pretty much every country has already made deals not to test nuclear devices. So what are you setting them off in the Arctic for? And they've been doing this for years. Why? To try to warm the earth up. Now here they are talking about, global warming. Yeah. And it's because of this and it's because of that. Nah, devil, it's because of you. Okay, and it was prophesied that you would be the one destroying the earth, man, because of all the industries and the covetousness of your heart. All right, you done destroyed the rivers, destroyed the water cycle in general. You destroyed the oceans. Ain't nobody talking about how, you know, the Pacific Ocean has severely damaged because of the Fukushima power plant, which most likely was a result of your heart machine warfare, because it's known to be able to start start hurricanes, you know, monsoons, and of course earthquakes. And what happened in Fukushima? An earthquake happened right off the coast, which created a tsunami, which then, you know, caused the damage that made the core melt down, and now all of that, not, you know, that whole area is fucked. As if dropping 2 bombs 50 years, 60 years ago didn't irradiate that place already.
Yeah, that was crazy.
You know,
but you see, Esau is, you know, his blessing is the sword.
God.
But you see, somehow, I mean, clearly, it's shown in history that his sword wasn't enough, and his sword going into the weapon, the modern day weapon, you know, artillery, everything you could think of. He got futuristic shit out, but somehow this devil weaponized, like the brother was saying, he weaponized the weather.
Right.
You know, weaponized the air. You see, he weaponized the fucking water. You mean the food.
Right.
I was just going into when the founders were the creators of GMOs, man.
Right.
Fucking Herbert Boyer and Stanley Cohen, they're biochemists. In 1973, they developed the GMOs, taking bacteria from something and placing it in another.
Right.
Just splicing shit, trying shit. And you know, I guess the sole purpose was to create human insulin to treat diabetes, but they took that shit to a whole nother level, man.
Yeah, bro, because they ultimately everything they do is about control and money. You know, so, you know, which inherently will have you break the laws of nature, which are the laws of the Most High. You know, specifically, and what you were like, why they implement so many GMOs is because GMOs allow them to grow with, you know, the plant, the seed already being chemically tampered with in order to, you know, use whatever it needs to grow rather than what it's supposed to use. So now it can grow, you know, off of cow shit. It can grow with pig shit, whatever it can use to fertilize it, you know. And that's why, you know, you have such wayward operations in farming and, you know, the meat production and things like that, because they've monetized it. It's not about feeding people or having a quality products. It's about money. How much product can you push out? You know, it's a known thing in big industry. Once you get to a point, it doesn't matter what lawsuits you have to pay out to the people who are, you know, deathly affected by whatever you're into, because you done made so much money on the back end, you could just pay them off, you know, or drag the case out so long in the courts, whether the person who's trying to get justice will run out of money to pursue it. But you being, you know, the head of a giant corporation will escape any type of persecution because you have the money from your greedy activities.
They also they what they try to spin it is, they said they were created to prevent crop loss, to help the farmers prevent that.
But you wouldn't have crop loss if they followed the land Sabbath.
Let me get that real quick, because I got that. You mean just to hit that on the news?
Real rap.
It's Leviticus 25 and 3. I'm gonna start at 3. I'm gonna start at 2. Speaking to the children of Israel and say unto them, when ye come into the land which I give you, then shall the land keep a Sabbath unto Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. 6 years thou shalt sow thy field, and 6 years thou shalt prune thy vineyard, and gather in the fruit thereof. But in the 7th year shall be a Sabbath of the rest unto the land, a Sabbath for Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Thou shalt neither sow thy field nor prune thy vineyard. And Esau's not doing that.
Right.
What am I looking for? He exhausted the resources, literally, so to speak.
And so he has to create these different concoctions out of chemicals to basically stand in place to the natural chemicals that would be in the ground had they followed the land Sabbath.
3 most common traits found in the GMOs: the resistance to insect damage, tolerance to herbicides, and resistance to plant viruses.
Right.
You feel me? So all that shit that's like it's really defeating the purpose. It's
Right.
not to prevent crop loss. It's the pocket more paper. It's all for financial gain, like the brother said.
Right.
All that shit, the resistance to insect damage and the plant viruses, they need chemicals for that.
Right.
And Monsanto's the one, ironically, is that they're the ones that's been pushing this shit.
Right.
You see? Let me see.
You know, and so what happens is that they have great profit yields because they get, a large percentage of what they plant. They get, they get the yield that they're looking for. And then they sell it but they're not thinking about how they sell it to us and we eat. Well, matter of fact, I lied. They are thinking about how it's going to affect us, but they don't care that it does us harm. Why? Because the USDA is in league with the FDA. Okay? The FDA is in league with Big Pharma.
Who's in league with who? World Health Organization.
The World Health Organization. You know what I mean? Because all of this, like you can see on the screen right here, if you look to the right-hand side or left, depending on your orientation, you'll see all those pills and this, that, and the third on the side because the pharmaceutical industry really is probably the largest industry in the world at this point. With the increased amount of medication that is being created on a daily basis. And then, of course, you have this whole Corona-19, all right? And then, and then the vaccine, the jab that comes with it is creating even bigger. You're talking about somebody, everybody in the world has to get it. Well, somebody's paying for these.
Yeah.
People are getting rich, okay?
And in order for them not to, the fact that they paying for it, man, once you pay for something, you want to make sure, what you paid for is not for naught. So the fact that they putting all this bread up to the front, they are, in their minds, everybody already took the vaccine. There's no exception. There's no Salaki, that Maxi. You know what I mean? There's no way around it. So upon them paying that tab, there's no way they gotta execute. So that they that they plan for
right,
so to speak.
Yeah, man. So these guys are and let it be known, man. In the scriptures, you can go into the etymology of words when it speaks about, sorcery and witchcraft. The word there is pharmakia, where you get pharmacy from. So, I mean, in this most simplest sense, you can just, from that understand that these guys who run the pharmaceuticals, which are part of the very elites, they're working witchcraft on the people. I mean, you could just see it just with the jab, man, and how Kill Gates of Hell, all right, is really pushing it. Him and his witch of a wife is really pushing it, specifically to us and our people, and it's witchcraft. All right, it's just another way that this man is destroying the earth. Okay, he's destroying even his own people, man, through the pharmaceuticals and whatnot. He don't care, all right, because he's the wicked, and the wicked will do wickedly.
It's Micah 2:1. It says, "Woe to them! Woe to those who hold on! Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it, because it is in the power of their hand." Man, that goes back to the blessing.
All right, and hey, they had the fatness of the earth. What it say in Job 20? The world has been given into the hands of the wicked. All right. Ain't nobody more wicked than Esau. Esau really runs the entire world. The so-called white man runs the entire world in all facets of it. Okay? And of course, we know it's because of the will of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. All right? But we're here to tell the truth, man. All right? So if they standing on wickedness and we stand on righteousness, we are to call them out, man. Call them out for their lies. call them out for their malicious activities. All right, for killing off the world, including their own nation. You know what I mean? I mean, how many? Didn't we have an article about the animals they hunted to extinction?
Oh yeah, the top 10. The top 10 animals that went extinct. 13 animals hunted to extinction. Tasmanian tiger.
Yeah, man, it was
black and white.
Yeah,
so
they did that.
Not that.
That's
off.
what one of the movie, The Howlings, the horror movie, The Howling, was about. It said the Tasmanian tigers were the original werewolves or some shit. That's why they disappeared or some shit like that.
It's too much for Esau.
It's too much for Esau to accept his judgment, to accept his wickedness. So they're going to make a horror movie out of this shit.
Right. They just disappeared randomly.
Hey, listen, I saw a dude, and I can't think of his name, some rich banker. He was like, oh, man, when you do enough deals and you get, pretty good at it, you start to run out of funds. So, you get some excitement. You need some excitement. So I picked up big game hunting. I'm like, nigga, what the fuck? You got all the money in the world and you want to go kill animals.
Yeah, bro. It's like
that's your thing. You want to kill animals you can't eat just to put the head on the fucking wall.
Well, greed can't get enough. It can't get enough greed, man. That's hence the name. You see, so it's like they probably get bored.
Right.
You got all the money in the world, all the paper. You as wicked as you want to be. You just gotta find something you gotta top your wickedness by finding something else.
Yeah, you gotta find something to kill, man. After animals, what you think it is? It's people.
Which they, we already 1/5 of a man.
Exactly. Yeah, so it ain't no sweat off their back to kill a nigga, man. They already done showed that. They're showing you that now, currently, as we speak. You have any more scriptures on that? But yeah. What about the more animals?
Oh yeah, let me finish.
Finish the list. Go run down the list real quick.
All right, so we got the passenger pigeon.
Yeah, passenger pigeon.
The great auk, which looks like a penguin.
A penguin, right? Yeah.
Mixed with something. The quagga, which looks like a zebra, mixed with a horse.
Yeah, come.
The hybrid looks like it doesn't even look real. It's in black and white. You got the Falkland Islands wolf, the Zanzibar leopard. That junk look crazy. Caribbean monk seal, the Carolina parakeet, the Atlas bear. I ain't even got a real picture of that, so that was a long time ago.
Right.
The Tulak wallaby, the sea mink, which looks like some type of ferret / beaver.
It's a mink. Like how bitches be. Cause them old devils be like, I want a mink coat.
Oh, okay. So that's why they're going.
That's exactly why.
The bull hartebeest, which looks like a gazelle on steroids, found in northern Africa, parts of Egypt.
Yeah.
The Stellar sea cow. This is a seal. I mean.
Yeah, it's like a manatee almost.
And that's it on that.
Yeah, man. Just a few examples, and there's many more.
Oh yeah.
And think about all the animals that are endangered, man, because they're either been hunted to the brink of extinction, okay, or different developments, in the land destroyed ecosystems. All right, we ain't gonna get started on the oceans, and how much dumb shit and drilling and oil and this, that, and the third go into the oceans, man, that just destroy the life. All right, it's getting to the point where it changes the ecosystem, destroying natural Great Barrier Reefs and things of that nature, And listen, we ain't even getting to really nothing super heavy yet, because we talking about land and weather patterns and things like that. How about the amount of people that they destroyed?
Oh yeah.
Okay. All right. The Edomites have. All right, if the Israelites are the salt of the earth, the Edomites try and take the salt off the earth.
Yeah, Khan.
You know what I'm saying?
It's too much.
Like you try to take the salt off the earth, so you would rather everybody die instead of everybody living. Like that.
You know
what I mean?
With great wrath, because he know if you have a short time.
God, absolutely.
You know what I mean? It's either him or nobody.
Exactly. And we know the answer to that. It's going to be nobody but Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Really, they just don't want it to be Israel, but it's going to be Israel.
Come.
Okay, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai.
This is Psalms 149 and 6. Let the high praises of Yahweh be in their mouth and a two-edged sword in their hand, to execute vengeance upon the heathen and punishments upon the people, to bind their kings with chains and their nobles with fetters of iron.
Hey, these elites, these top elites, man, they not going to die in this coming war, man. When the Lord come back, man, listen, they going into slavery, hardcore slavery for all the things that they did. All right. You know, all you just, the six-pack Joe Edomite, man, he going to be turned into dust. All the army men, none, they going to be turned into dust. But the elites, oh, no, they don't get off that easy. They going right, I don't care how old, how young, all right, how tall, how fat, whatever. You going into chains and fetters.
Laughing at their calamities.
Man, we going to put these dudes in the stocks. Remember them, Joe? Remember they be in there, Joe? They got their head and their arms. Yep. You know, they call them the stocks. You know, they be throwing vegetables at these niggas. You know what I'm saying? I'll be throwing sea urchins at you motherfuckers,
be
man.
Throwing bones from their family
from
members.
Their kinfolk.
You know what I mean?
You know?
Listen, they gonna get that cup double, man.
Con, grab that Psalms 83 real quick. Just to, I mean, you know, just to make the point of, you know, why we would have, you know, evil intentions toward you is because of how you are towards us, Esau. All right?
This is Psalms 83 and 1. Keep not
thou
silence.
Start, you could just, oh, no, well, you can start at the one. That's right.
It's Psalms 83 and 1. Keep not thou silence, O Yahweh, hold not thy peace, and be not still, O Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yahushai, for lo.
Which, of course, you know what I mean, he's not silent because right now we're just in a time of fishing, not in a time of hunting, pursuant to the scripture that says, you know, I will send fishers to fish, and then after that I'll send for many hunters. You know, the Lord is speaking through his prophets right now, which he always set up right before the calamity happened, before the kingdom was brought down. So he's already speaking right now. Go ahead, bro.
It says, verse 2, for lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones, being the elect of Israel. It says, they have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation. I mean, look at us. That's right. You know, we've been discontinued from our heritage. We think we African, you know, and we want to be like the heathen.
Right, and that when it says thy hidden ones, it's also referring to Israel in general that don't know that they're Israel. Because they're hidden from who they really are. You know, and don't get it twisted, they know who we are, even if majority of us don't, you know. But also, you know, it says that they taking crafty counsel, man. All right. Oh, crafty counsel? You mean like the people who run all the industries got together behind closed doors and made a plan?
You mean like that serpent who was a man in the Garden of Eden took crafty counsel against the weaker vessel, also known as Eve, and beguiled her with those philosophies and what I call them. I was thinking about this the other day on my way home from work. Those those degrees of destruction.
Right.
Those masters of misinformation.
Right.
and you know, you get the point, man.
Right.
I mean, meditating terror on these heathens.
Nah, but that's real because you know, the things that he does, he's very particular in the way that he planned them. I mean, from the school to prison pipeline, you know, to the way that he planned out, you know, how the cities were going to be mapped and different zoning laws and redlining and things of that nature. You're seeing that play out right now in Texas. You know, all the blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans live where the infrastructure is not built to take the weather that's happening right now. And who's causing the weather to shift like that? The same people who pushed you niggas to the the side that don't have the power to contain the weather. You know what I mean? So this is all crafted counsel against you, man. They make these laws and they use legalese, language that you don't understand, to pass it into law form so that when they do these evil things against you to eliminate you, they not breaking any of their old laws, and they can appeal to to people that way. Oh, well, we just followed the laws. Oh, well, you should vote then.
Like, come on.
You don't like the laws, then vote. You gotta vote. You know what I mean?
Like that's gonna change anything.
Right, man. Right.
We voting for Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man.
God, not.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Let's see where we at. This is Psalms 83:4. They have said, "Come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are the confederate against thee. Tabernacles of Edom and the Ishmaelites of Moab and the Hagarenes."
Yeah, we ain't gotta go into everybody because we focused on them devils right now, man.
Well, they started off with the Tabernacles of Edom.
I was going to say, it said the Tabernacles of Edom, man. All right, your main enemy, Esau, Edom. All right, the so-called white man. Okay, mainly the so-called Jew. All right, and really, we just focused on that crafty council. All right, that Confederate organization. All right, we talking about the 13 families of the so-called Illuminati. You Bilderbergers, you Trilateral Commission, all you wicked motherfuckers over at what's that place they worshiping, that big ass owl?
Damn, I can slip my mind.
Yeah, where all the presidents and shit go.
The Bohemian Grove.
Bohemian Grove. All you wicked people that do that, you Skull and Bones. All right, you know what I mean? Hey, the Lord is gonna bring you down. All right. And it's just plain and simple, man. You so live it up now, all right? Right as you try to complete your mission of world domination, hey, man, the Lord already said He's going to destroy them who destroyed the world, and that's y'all. So, boom, there go your fate in the Bible. Deal with it. You mad? You salty? Come down with great wrath, because you know that the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai is on your ass. And with that, we gonna give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Hashem Yahushai B'Hashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders at Great Millstone who teach and rule well, taught us this truth. Shalom to the hopeful elect.
Shalom.